Hello! Welcome to the second, or third, installation of my Minecraft Bedrock Achievement Series. Now, my last video was very long, as it was just me running around and exploring and completing some random achievements, but I do believe it was very entertaining, so if that sounds interesting, definitely go check it out. Playlist linked on the screen. So, in this video, my intention was to collect a ton of building materials, and I did that, but there was just a little something my world decided to throw at me that definitely put a barricade in my path. So without any further beating around the bush, I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so I'm back. Last video I mentioned that I would be building a house sooner or later. So this video, I'm actually going to be starting to collect resources for that. I have an idea of what I want to build, but I'm going to be needing to do a lot of mining for it, first of all. So, yeah, I'm going to go and start doing that. Cave. I'm not going to be living in this for much longer, hopefully. Before we go down, I'm going to empty out my inventory and get some tools going. So yeah, after I grabbed some fundamental mining equipment, I headed down to start gathering my first house material. The first material I'm going to need for constructing is granite. And since I'm planning on only making one trip for each resource, not really wanting to have to stop mid-build to collect more, I'm gonna need a lot. And boom, look at that, 5 stacks of granite. And if you think that's a lot, just wait and see what I mine up next. So after granite, next was andesite. I have this ravine under my cave, and I knew there was some andesite there, so I headed down. There we go, almost 7 stacks of andesite. That's only a third of the stuff I'll be collecting today, so hold your horses. After collecting that, I returned to the surface to offload my inventory, where I discovered that I probably had enough cobblestone stored already for mining to be able to use for building. This meant that I could skip mining stone altogether and move on to tuff. Back in the ravine, I had just a little encounter with an enderman. And after that, I began mining down through deep slate. It wasn't long before I found something interesting. I think this is the mine shaft. Okay, so before I started recording, I did find an abandoned mine shaft. I think this is it. Abandoned mine shaft, so they're really going to be under my house. So yeah, I figured that I might as well just go through the mine shaft and try to find the tuff that I was looking for. while also keeping an eye out for anything new that I hadn't explored yet. At this point in time, I was sure that I'd already explored all of it, although I had completely forgotten about it previous to this recording. Yeah, this is definitely it. Otherwise there wouldn't be torches. Yeah. Oh, cave spiders. Oh. Okay. And so I ventured further into the maze of wood and slate. Ooh, diamonds. I definitely had a bad feeling going into this because I can never find my way out of these, but I went in anyway. I did actually end up finding some diamonds right on top of some tuff, which I was very happy about. And there we go! Just like that, tuff collecting is done. After that, I, for some reason, decided to continue even further into the mines, which had some interesting results. I wandered through that mine for what felt like forever, mining resources as I went, slowly coming further and further into the realization that I'd become incredibly, perplexingly, unsolvably lost, just as I'd feared. This continued for a long time, and I continuously ran into dead end after dead end after dead end after dead end, and all between these cruel stone walls of impenetrable penitentiary, there was a seemingly endless warren of labyrinthine halls, all adorned with that same wooden frame, all crafted meticulously to eat away at my mind until nothing was left but a pathetic child of the maze, a hollow shell carved with passages reminiscent of the mineshaft itself. The shaft is nothing more than a death trap, an effectively endless subterranean perplexity that feeds its victim with promises of resources and treasure, only to lead him to a weary doom. It is a ravenous creature, maw wide open, fangs dripping with saliva, as it lures its victim further into its cavernous stomach. This is the thing which hindered me, the thing from which I currently tried to escape. Very soon, I, mind-weary from the labyrinthine perplexity that I had been wandering, stumbled into what appeared to be a large cave. Before me, a glimmer of hope shone through the darkness, hope that I might yet be able to escape. I circled around the cave, finding that it was not quite as large as I thought, and that it did not lead to the surface. I collected some resources I had found, and scoped out the rest of the cave. I eventually had to hold my own against some mobs. After my sword broke, I crafted a new one, and realized that I'd either have to delve back into the mineshaft, risking my sanity and maybe even my life, or begin digging back up to the surface in hopes that what I had left of my iron tools wouldn't break on the way up. There was also the issue that, in spite of having coordinates turned on, I hadn't kept track of the coordinates of my home. If I surfaced somewhere unfamiliar, I would have no way of determining how to get back. However, after weighing my options, I realized that digging back to the surface was far more appealing and likely to succeed. There it is. After what felt like an eternity down in the mines, I had finally surfaced right next to my humble abode. In spite of my troubles, I was back where I belonged, safe and sound. As for a resource collection, I'd collected enough stone-based materials to build a small manor, which is exactly what I needed. I'd also gathered enough iron to last me any trips I would need to make in the future, although I knew for certain I'm staying away from that death trap of the mineshaft. And with that, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this video because I sure did. I had a lot of fun, putting it together, editing it, with all the music and all that. Yeah, it was a lot of fun for me, and I'm really happy with the end result. So, with that out of the way, I would like to say I'm not going to be playing in this world forever. I want to move on, and I'm really excited about what I have prepared. Beyond this, I'm probably going to be playing either the Broken Script, if you know that mod, and solving the underlying ARG within that mod, or I'll be playing a horror mod pack with guns with a friend, and we'll be, hunting down the different monsters. There's a whole quest system there too. And if we don't do that, we'll be doing a realistic zombie apocalypse mod pack that's custom that I put together myself. So if any of those sound like something you'd like to see on this channel, definitely leave a comment down below and let me know. or if you have any other recommendations of things that it can do either in this world or in other worlds with mods, let me know. And if you enjoyed this video, remember, don't forget to leave a like the video if you enjoyed it. I mean, you know, honesty is the best policy and all that. And, you know, subscribe if you want to see more from me, definitely, with notifications on, obviously. And, again, thank you so much for watching, and yeah, that's about it.